Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Anika Logan. Today I will be sharing with you my journey as an educator. I have been in school leadership for over 7 years, even though I've been an educator for 21 years. My journey began at St. Joseph's Teachers College, where I graduated with a diploma in primary education. After my graduation, I took up a position at Jesse Paul School in Kingston. I stayed at Jesse Paul for just a year, after which I went to Holy Childhood Prep School. I stayed with Holy Childhood Prep School for 7 years under the leadership of Sister Joan Marie Gregg. I consider that school community and those experiences that I gained to be very good experiences. I didn't know at that time that I was being prepared to lead a Catholic school in another country, right? But when I look back, I can say, yes, some of these things and these practices that I learned and employed at Holy Childhood, I now utilize those same practices as a school administrator. So I thank Holy Childhood Prep, along with the administrator at the time, Sister Joan Marie Gregg, and all my colleagues that I worked with during that time. After Holy Childhood, I took up a position at St. Annie's School in Kingston, downtown. And if you know Kingston, Jamaica, Holy Childhood is uptown and St. Annie's School is downtown. So you can tell, totally two different school communities. And of course, it would provide me with more experiences that I could use in my opportunities here in the US. St. Annie's School, again, another Catholic school. So travel along with me so you can understand that where I am today, I was destined to be here. And it all started all the way back as early as my teacher college days at St. Joseph's School, St. Joseph's Teachers College. So at St. Annie's, I didn't stay very long. I spent a year and a half, after which I migrated to the United States. When I came to the US, I was really thinking about what would be my next step. I migrated and I decided that I would continue along the path of being an educator. Didn't want to start anything new. So I found a position, and again, fate had it. My first appointment in a school in the US was at St. Mary's Catholic School in New Jersey. So you can see that the Lord, He was ordering my steps as I go along. So at St. Mary's, and I've taught at so many Catholic schools, so you'll hear me intertwine with some names at times. But I was at St. Mary's School for 5 years. And this was where the foundation of my experiences as an international educator started. So I spent 5 years at St. Mary's School. And while I was there, I had the opportunity to continue my studies. Again, I had an opportunity to go to another Catholic university, and so I took up the offer. I went to Seton Hall University. I did a master's degree at Seton Hall, and right after my master's, I registered for the doctoral program. And my master's was in school leadership, particularly Catholic school leadership, and my doctorate was in school leadership again, but this time it was more focused on policy, management, and administration. So it gives me more chances to work in different fields in the education sector. While at St. Mary's, I decided that I needed to put my degree to use. So I started to seek out positions in school leadership. I interviewed several times for different schools. most of the times I would get denied. It did not make me feel good, but guess what? I persevered. I can say to you, I interviewed for about 2 years before I landed a position, but I never gave up because I really wanted to affect change on a larger scale as an educator, because I'm very passionate about my role, in imparting knowledge to students. I get that drive when I realize that students have mastered a concept, and because I'm a very exciting person, and so I bring that personality inside the classroom. And I'm very passionate about some educational approaches, one of which is differentiated instructions. And I'm a proponent for differentiated instruction, so therefore my classroom environment facilitated students with various learning abilities, and it would give me that drive when I see students grasping those concepts, and they're learning. And I felt like my classroom should not be the only classroom at times that's facilitating students in with various learning needs. I feel like that should be school-wide, and so that would be the fuel for which I continue to pursue administrative positions in Catholic schools. And as I said, I interviewed several times. So after 2 years, I landed a position as the principal. This was my first principal appointment at St. Genevieve's Catholic School in Elizabeth, New Jersey. There, I don't know, I thought I was ready. That's another story. I'll give you more about that. But again, I was there for, that's another Catholic school. And, as a Catholic educator, I was very, very happy that I finally had the opportunity to create a learning environment that I know would benefit all our students. And so as soon as I got that position, I hit the ground running, and I just kept on, trying to blaze the trail with the pedagogical approaches towards learning and teaching and learning. Despite the courses that I've taken in school administration, I believe that my Jamaican upbringing influences my approach even greater as a school leader. In Jamaica, growing up and also working in the education system in Jamaica, we value education, we value structure, we value discipline, we emphasize on, taking accountability for your actions and maintaining high standards. And that's my approach towards leading a learning environment here in the United States. So, when I think back on my days at Holy Childhood Prep School, it wasn't much different from how Catholic schools are run in the US. It's quite the same. There is a high sense of structure, order, discipline, and so it makes it easier for me, having had that experience, to transfer here and to maintain a similar system or a similar approach. I've also worked in schools where those qualities were not present, and I've had to re-strategize and recreate the culture within the school, because those are the essence of which a Catholic school is operated. There's a great sense of faith formation, but then we also pride ourselves in being a structured, high academic learning environment. So let's switch gears a bit. I am a mom of two beautiful girls. I'm married. My husband is from Ghana. I had the opportunity last year to visit Ghana. It was an amazing experience. Growing up in Jamaica, we always hear stories about our history and our ancestors and from where they came. But taking that journey where you get to stand on the soil of your ancestral heritage is a life-changing experience. We went to the dungeons, the slave dungeons, and we heard the horrifying stories of how our people, our ancestors, were taken in chains from their homes, from their villages, and they were held in these cells down in the dungeons. Many of them didn't make it, and then they were carted off in a ship sailing across the Atlantic. It was a very, very heartwarming, touching, and once again, as I said, a very life-changing experience. I do plan on going back to Ghana, maybe sometime in the near future. I want to connect more with the people, but thankfully, I have a family in Ghana now, so it's something. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a real wonderful feeling. If you ever get the chance to visit the motherland, I hope you will take up that opportunity. That's it for now on this tell-all session about myself. I will be back with more videos and more sessions so you can get to know me more. Don't forget to like this video, share, tell a friend about my channel, and leave your comments, and we'll talk in the comment section. Bye bye.